Hey guys, hi, good evening. My name is Kailash Bhange and I'm a technical solution architect into ServiceNow. I have been working with ServiceNow ecosystem since last 11 years with multiple companies. And now I'm starting my YouTube channel called Now Tech Talks. And this is my first video over to that. So please uh, help me out in building my YouTube channel, as well as you can take a look at my LinkedIn profile if you feel like I am a valuable resource to you, or I can be a valuable resource to you to increase your knowledge, to gain more information around ServiceNow, and to learn and grow with me. So please keep an eye on my YouTube channel, as well as my LinkedIn profile, and my some of my community articles as well. So, being a ServiceNow developer, or new to a ServiceNow developer, we have always been, looking at different resources to build our knowledge and to gain more information about ServiceNow. So, very first step, everyone you might have seen, everyone suggests you to have a ServiceNow developer account where you can have multiple learnings given by ServiceNow, as well as you can have some hands-on practices. So you need to request a ServiceNow developer instance, going or logging at service developer.servicenow.com website, and you can create your own instance there using different versions of ServiceNow which are supported. And you can have your required plugins enabled. You can have your hands on all those stuff you can do there. But most of the time, I have seen difficulties with the resources or working on those developer instances, that the time limitation for developer instance is almost 10 days, I believe. And after 10 days, if you don't open that, the ServiceNow instance is wiped up, and you can no longer access to that. Also, you need to wake that instance each time, so that it doesn't sleep up and doesn't take a time, and you can frequently use that. So that's the overhead, I think, that every day you need to log in, and you need to wake up your instance so that you can easily use it. You can explore the ServiceNow workflows, ServiceNow ecosystem, ServiceNow, different features of ServiceNow models and everything. So today we will look at the same problem statement, where I personally have faced that this problem as a major initial at my career stuff. So I used to log into developer instance each day. I used to log in manually, putting my email address, my password, and then waking up my instance, waiting for a couple of minutes, and then logging into the instance and doing my stuff, blah blah blah. So today we will look how we can automate that stuff. At least it will decrease our time in logging into that instance and website, putting the manual approach and everything. So that's the problem statement for today, and how we can automate it. So there are multiple ways to automate these things. Some guys can automate it using the batch scripts. Some might have done it using automation tools like Java, Selenium, and everything. Some guys can do it via PowerShell scripting, Python scripting, and lots of stuff. Okay, so I have been drilling down into multiple options of these, and I have personally found one option or one approach which I feel is pretty simple, that anyone can use it, and it's also low code, no code, like ServiceNow Flow Designer and all. So we'll take a look at that. Okay. So today's solution overview, we will build it using automation tool called Power Automate, which is pretty simple. Anyone can grab an instance of that, same like as ServiceNow. So you need to sign on to that particular uh, Power Automate website, which is also cloud-based website, as well as they have a standalone systems or standalone tools inside that, and they support only the work or school accounts. So basically, if you want to have the uh, privilege of doing this automation to wake up your instances, you either need to have a work account or a school account, which should be active, and they might have all the basic privileges to build up this automation. Also, you need to have a basic understanding on how this tool works and how you can do drag and drop features. And also the third point is you should have a ServiceNow developer account as well as an instance which you have gotten active. Okay, so without wasting our time, let's quickly jump onto the demo. Let me go back to my tool. This is a Power Automate tool which I'm using, and you might see there are lots of learning resources also present with this, as like ServiceNow gives us doing the desktop automations, web automations, Excel automations, and all those stuff. So quickly we'll go ahead and we'll build a new flow here. I'm clicking on the new flow, and it asks me, to give a name like I'll put, auto login to snow developer site, and just create it. So once it is created, this flow will be opening up. Let it take some time. Quite slow today. Okay, so meanwhile it opens, let us talk about what features this Power Automate gives us. So it's also low code, no code kind of tool which gives us lots of opportunities to automate different things. You can automate desktop workflows like opening a Excel, going to a website, or doing lots of stuff. Okay, so yeah, it is now up, and let us see how we can do it. So you might see there are lots of out of the box actions which are given by the Power Automate, and we want to leverage those options and just do a drag and drop feature. So I would like to open a browser first so that I can go to the browser and open my website. So launch a new Chrome. I'll pick, it is under, I believe, let me show you, it's inside browser automation. Inside browser automation you will see launch new Chrome. You can pick it and drag into the main palette here. Once it is there, you can see launch a new, or you can attach it to running instance as well. So let us pick launch new for now. Initial URL what we want, and then if the new window open should be a normal or maximized or minimized. So let us pick maximized. Now say I'll go to the developer site and I'll copy this URL that I want to log on to this URL, and I'm pasting it here. Okay, that's it. I'm not clicking on anything else and not doing anything. So the target will be a desktop on a local desktop itself. Saving it. So right now once I open this URL on a browser, what should I do? So on this website, when I log in or log on to this website, I need to click on this sign in button. Once I click on this sign in button, I need to put my email address here like I'm putting right now. Then I click here. I also put my password. This is a manual approach what I'm showing you right now, and then I need to click in and it will log me into the website. So this is what we are now trying to have an automation. So let me log out from this instance as of now, and yeah, so I'm on to the sign in page. So what happens when I log on to this website? So I'm opening a Chrome and I'm navigating to this website. Now what I need to do is I need to click on this sign in button. So what I will do, I will pick a UI element where this UI element gives me an option to click on this UI element. I'm picking this and dragging onto here in my palette. What UI element I want to click, and what should be a click type. Is it, should that be a left click, single left click, right click, double left click, or left bottom up down, all those stuff. So I will keep it as left click, and inside UI element I'll pick add a UI element here, And now once I click add UI element, a dialog box opens and it gives me an opportunity to highlight onto this browser element which we have opened separately, and I'm just trying to record which element I want to do it. It's kind of inspect element only into your browser extension or browser developer options. So likewise, it gives me a control plus mouse click feature so that I can click. So now I'm hovering over to this sign in button. I'm pressing my control key onto the note my laptop keyboard control, and I'm clicking the left mouse. So it selects this button. It's waiting for this action and it adds this onto my UI element. I'm saving it. So right now navigating to the website and clicking onto the sign in button. Now I'll go back to my another instance where there's a sign in button. I'm clicking onto sign in so that I'm navigating to this original page, and now I want to enter my email address here. Okay. So to capture this and put my email address, I'm navigating back, and now I'll do here form fill. So I'll put populated text field in a window. I'm selecting this and dragging it out here. So now what text box I want to select. Again, inside text box, I need to select a UI element. Clicking on the UI element, I'm coming back to the website. You might see again the same process I need to follow. Control and then the email. I'm clicking on the email text box. It is captured, and what email address I need to put it here. So kailash.bange@gmail.com. I'm putting my email address, saving it. Let me save it and let me have a quick test on this so that we will see if it is really opening a browser window, navigating to the developer site, clicking on the sign in button, and then putting my email address. So let me close the existing window which I have opened and I'm running it now. So you might see the parsing is on and it is now running and opening a web browser, navigating to the developer site, and now it will hover the cursor over sign in button, click on the sign in button, and it will delete the existing put email address and it will put a new email address. So fine, I think it's working right now. Moving ahead, what I need to do is I need to now, after putting my email address, I need to again click on the next button. So what I will repeat here is I will repeat click UI element in a window. I'm dragging it out, reselecting the same process, adding a UI element, and now clicking on this button. Yes, once the button is clicked, save. So right now once the button is clicked, it will redirect me to another password page and I need to input my password here. So again what I'll do is I'll do populate a text field, populating a text field. Now I need to again add this UI element and select this password field here. Yeah, so right now the password field, if I'm typing my password here, say Kailash, it is visible. What I need to do here is I need to encrypt or direct encrypt text input so that whatever text I am inputting here is not visible in my UI action or UI element. So saving it here. Then as soon as I saved it, it's giving me error that the text cannot be empty. So now what I need to do is I need to define an input. Inside input, I can use say new input as password. I'll give this text as password external name as password, and this default value I need to change, and also I need to mark it as sensitive so that this is not okay. So after adding this input and my default password and all, you'll see here it's showing as a sensitive value so that my password is not visible. And then coming back to the populate text field and double clicking on this, now I need to map this text to input. So I'll click on this function curly braces and I'll pick the value from my input which I have defined. So with this password, it will auto pick the password I have kept into my input variable, which is hidden here. So it shows just a password. Then once I put my password, going back to the developer website, say once I put my password, I need to again click on this sign in button. So what do I need to do is again click the UI element window and I can drag it here. Again adding this UI element and clicking onto this sign in button. Yep, once I click on the sign in button, save it, it should get me sign into and my instance should have login. Let me save it. Meanwhile, let me close this window and let us test it out. So it's now passing, opening the browser, putting the URL, navigating or moving cursor to the sign in button and clicking on it automatically, putting my email ID, next, putting my password as well, and then clicking on the sign in button. And here you go. You see the site is now logged in and it's loading up and my instance option is present here. So you can now click on this your instance and wherever you want you can do whatever activities you want. Yeah. So hope my video helps you a lot. Using this simple 6 steps of drag and drop into the Power Automate tool, you can build this automation so that your headache of manually signing on to this developer site, putting your credentials, logging in, waiting for the wake up of your instance should be reduced at least by 2 minutes, not much. But yeah, I hope this will help you. So thanks a lot guys for being with me and looking at my whole video with your patience and all. So thanks a lot. Keep in touch and please, as requested earlier in my starting of my video, please like, subscribe and help me grow. Thanks a lot guys.